Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Don't worry, we got some equipment to show you at the end of this video, so just stay tuned to the end. You'll see the equipment. So I just want to read this quote that I found I like a lot. It's by Melody Beattie. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. From my family to yours, happy Thanksgiving. Let's go look at some equipment a day early. So today we put our new conveyor belt in plant one. So plant one is we like to call it our simple line. We use it to do, turn the camera back around here so you see me. We like to do our #1 bare bright yielding wire, so Romex THHN, the house wire that's or commercial wire that is yielding #1 bare bright copper, and our aluminum chops. So this is just a simple line. There's no turbo mill in it. So what we have here is our shredder and our conveyor. The conveyor we had here originally when we threw this thing together was just a smaller conveyor. It wasn't as wide and it wasn't as long. It started back here, and the shredder was about right here. So now we have this stretched out a little bit further. It gives us more room here as well because our ductwork got dented by dumping boxes in. Now we have enough room here. It clears properly. So another thing we did is, this is new. We have the photoelectric sensors normally in the bottom, and now we're testing this out here. And this is going to be, it's a different style sensor, and it's going to tell us, it's going to, when it gets full and it's adjustable, when this hopper gets full, it's going to pause the shredder. So the way we used to do this when we first started doing this is when the granulator would get overloaded, it would pause the conveyor, and that same relay would pause the shredder. But what happens is when that granulator starts calling for material again, the conveyor starts back up, and there's a couple second delay before the shredder starts back up. And you end up with a section of black belt, which means a belt with no product on it. And then as it would go up to the top, you would have a section with nothing falling into the granulator, and you can't get that time back. So by keeping the conveyor belt full of material all the time, you are going to get more throughput. We figured about 30 to 40% depending on what you're running. So what this does here is, when the belt stops, the shredder doesn't stop, it keeps going. And the sensor in here senses when the material is too high. So it's not going to keep filling till it's overfill. It will stop, and it's adjustable. And then once it fills up too much, it will stop the shredder. But when the conveyor calls for material, you have a little reserve of material here. So when this conveyor, when the granulator calls for material and the conveyor starts back up, then it will take that material and spread it out with this gate, spread it out on the belt, and the belt will bring the material up into the conveyor, and you'll have no black belt. Just material on it, so we run more efficiently. So just to run down here, we have our shredder, conveyor, granulator, and over here it goes, oh, that's another thing we just did. We upgraded the Cyclone. We went with that larger Cyclone like you saw in that last video. So Cyclone or blower Cyclone brings it to the screener, and here we have two things happening, or one thing, that the fines, or the finer fraction, falls into the bucket elevator and goes up into the rest of the process, which is the dosing hopper and the air table. And we can put different size screens here. The larger pieces that still might have some plastic or some insulation on the copper, those will stay on top and fall in through here into this blower. And see, we have both examples from last week's video. We have here, there's a blower back here that's vacuuming off the top of this Cyclone, and it's creating a vacuum that's bringing the material up and over. And then we have to extend this pipe because it's crooked now. That's gonna bother me forever. And then here we have the blower before the Cyclone style. So we have both styles in the same plant, and that's going up and over into the granulator. So that's that. So anyways, just a little update on our plant. I'm pretty excited about it. We never get to do stuff on our plants. That's what it feels like anyways, because we're so busy on everyone else's plant. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.